everyone, welcome to Simon Tools. Introduce you, this is the old Aussie car. It's called the Holden VL. This is one of my friend Rose project's car. He said he started up and he got misfire. So what I do today, I'm gonna notify what's wrong with the car and why it's misfire. You can see the exhaust plug there. It should be very fast and 5-speed manual, original VL. But why they put 9-inch deep in, I have no idea why they put 9-inch, but non-turbo. So now we're gonna start it up and try to notify what's wrong. This car done nearly 300,000 k. You can hear the sound misfire, and like every other car, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, all the same. If you want to notify, this is original 6-cylinder. Someone been playing with this one. See the gasket with silicon? I don't care. And he said oil leak. So there's the oil pressure sensor down there. It leak. Extractors sound very noisy. So now we pull one by one out, shaking. See, shaking more, but that means that engine still working. Well, this one no shaking at all. So we're gonna find out what's wrong with this number 2 engine. No spark on number 2 engine. And look at that. Anyway, we got number 2 already. No spark. So what we do is we test the leak. We're gonna take it out. See, we can see. Let's see. See, that sounds like one engine dead. So turn it up. Okay, everything's still nice and neat inside. We only do, see, have to do some body work and keep it for big projects. And this was a lot of money. So after we make this one and we let him go down the road for a while before we order some parts, and we are going to put turbo into this car. We're gonna build the engine, bottom end all the way to the top, and running turbos. Like he won about 400 kilowatts at wheel, so we can do that for him. But first thing first, we have to check number 2. Before do that, we check the leak before we take off the spark plug and see what happened inside. And we can test the compression too. Okay, we put on arm. We test the leak before we open up the spark plugs. Okay, see if the leak is good. Oh yeah, not bad. Got some reading there. 195. Should be alright. Okay, now we know the leak is nothing wrong. Now we open the number 2 spark plugs. Is number 2 spark plug in here. Okay, we open up and we inspection the spark plugs, and we may test the lead outside, see any spark coming out and why they're not starting. Number 2. So this is, see this plug burn, and check the sparks. Okay, we see very dark. And what I do is very simple. Put this one back, this one outside. Okay, and leave it somewhere outside. Leave it there somewhere. Okay, we do it outside somewhere. We leave it here. Not easy for you to see. Okay, and we start up and see how the spark going. If we have any spark or not. Okay. Okay, look like we got some spark there, but the spark is not really good. So the lead alright, and we do engine number 2 compression test. Now we try to do the compression test. See how the engine compression test like on number 2. Okay, we do the compression test. We put the coil, the main wire, whatever it is, right there, and we turn the engine for 5 seconds. See, do we have any pressure on the gauge? Okay. So we turn about 4 or 5 seconds, and I'm not sure if I correct. We read again. Look like low compression on number 1. We test make sure the lead are all in all the way. Now we turn for 5 seconds. Okay. Moment of truth is here. This one, low compression. So engine number 2 is dead. Okay. So this one have to rebuild the new engine, the whole engine, not new engine. Rebuild the whole engine. So engine number 1, no power. Sorry, number 2, low compression. Okay, report it to him. Okay, we put everything back, and I know maybe the reason, if I'm not wrong, you know, when they do this one, they put silicone on the intake manifolds, and the silicone will got left go inside and they suck it in, and it's damaged the valves. So that's most common problems for someone who didn't know. Put silicone on to the intake manifolds, and when it suck in, it go into the valves and bend the valves. So that's why no compression. All the other ones is lucky, still alright, but number 2 is no luck. What they do is just put the spark plugs back on for him, and report it to him. Have to pull the engine out, rebuild the engine again, or have to do the head. That's the only option we have to do. So no good for driving now. It's rough, island very terrible. So number 2, put back to the way it is, and my job complete for how to notify what's wrong with the engine and why it's running rough on the our Holden VL. Okay. Before he rang me, the engine, the car wouldn't start at all. When he bought this old car, before he rang me, this old car wouldn't start at all. It cranked but never start. And I told him, go and get the new air map sensor. So he grabbed the new air map sensor and he started up, and it's running, but it's running very rough. And he can drive it here today. He bring it here, he tow it here, and he drive it down, and bring it here, and I check. So we know the fuel coming in, the injector, nothing wrong, but only number 2 engine in no compression. This caused the problem. The silicon man like me, but do the wrong job. They shouldn't put silicon here. Okay, never ever put any silicon into the intake manifolds, and no silicon into the oil pump. Okay, air intake and oil pumps, never put any silicon, because they may suck in and damage your engine. And the oil pumps, my experience, don't ever put silicon on the gasket, because the silicon, they may suck into the pump, and the pump's very little fan suck in the silicon there, and you have to stop up your oil pump and stop up your engine. So this is the problem. Okay, otherwise very good Aussie car. Oh, Holden VL, I don't know what year, must be 80 something, 87, October 87. Very good outside look, but For every young Aussie boy, this is the best project car. So I put it down, call him. So I'm gonna put it down like this, call him, report, no fix. Thanks for watching Simon Tools, and I hope you understand a little bit of Simon's, how to notify the car what exactly wrong before we go ahead. So I want him to take this car home and pull out the engine, and we have to do the whole engine rebuild like he trimming. He want to put turbo. He's got all the turbo parts and everything inside the boot there, but for me suggest pull the whole engine out and make sure the bottom ends is very strong so we can build a turbo. Okay guys, thanks for watching Simon Tools, and this is real 100% Aussie car.